Oh, I can add a guest. Should I just add all wise onto this too? Wouldn't that make sense? Yeah? Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm finally back in New York City. I'm very happy to be here. I'm currently sitting in my meadery, All Wise Meadery, which is very emotional for me, considering I've been away for so long. But I figured now that I'm here, I'll be here for a lot of my days, sitting down here and doing business and selling. We're in Brooklyn, so I'm urging everyone to come by and say what's up to me. And if you're 21, buy a bottle. But if you're not, you just have to watch outside. Ha! First off, I'm very happy to be back. So I'm going to say that right now. It's been 5 months since I've been in China. So touching down once again inside of New York City, inside of my home, has been good. I've yet to pick up Magnus yet from California, but I'm also hoping to do that very soon. Here, as you can see, we got our 4 fermenters, the thick boys, very thick. So I'll give you guys a little virtual tour here. This is our fattest boy, big boy number 1. That's fat boy number 2. Slim boy, slim thick. And most of the days I'm here, we're open from like 12 to about 6. Sometimes we're open later depending on if it's the weekends or whatnot. And we're doing tastings and we're selling bottles and we're selling hats here. So yeah, if you guys are interested, stop by. Upstairs, I'm bringing you up there now. Upstairs is where we do our bottling. So we have our bottling line and our labeling machine up here, and it's quite the view. So here we are. As you can see, this is our bottling line. This bad boy pushes out about 12,000 bottles an hour. We can really push them. It's got 6 nozzles in there for maximum spillage. And here is our labeling machine. Check that out. All Wise Oolong Mead. It's backwards. But I want to say that we're here in Brooklyn, Williamsburg to be exact. If you guys are in the area, again, stop by, say hi to us. We're here most days, maybe not holidays, maybe some holidays if we're bored. But yeah, stop on by. If you're under 21, obviously you can't come in, but we can sell some hats to you and talk to you, of course. And I'm just hanging out most of the days. Either Matt or I will be here. So yeah, I'm opening up this now for questions and stuff, and I'll be doing some questions on the All Wise Meadery page, which you can find a link to on the actual my profile, if you're interested. Downstairs, we also have our filter, which is a cross-flow filter. Yesterday, the Brooklyn Brewery boys were over looking at it, admiring it. It is a pretty piece of machinery, I'll give it that. Hello, Charisma. Your name is Charisma? Oh, that's funny. I don't think it means the same thing. It seems like an interesting. This is our cross-flow. She's a pretty lady. She can really get anything sparkling clear. In our fermenters, like I said before, I've done this a couple times. There can be a lot of lees, which is essentially dead yeast. So when we're fermenting it, right, we add the honey water and the yeast, and then 2 weeks later, it ends up fermenting into wine if it's a very virulent fermentation. And that usually means that all the lees and all the yeast has eaten all of the sugar content out of the wine, which in this case is honey, and then it dies. So it falls to the bottom of the fermentation vessel and sits there. And so that can really lead to a cloudy wine, which is not what we usually want. We usually want to clarify that and get it clear for sale. So that's what the cross-flow filter does, and it's very, very fine mesh filter, and it's good for us. Before, when I was making it out of the old bathtub, it was a dirty, cloudy wine. But now that we're professionals, it's a little better. So let me know if you guys have any questions while we're on here. I'm probably not going to do the live for very much longer, but I'll stick around and do some questions while we're here. And no, I won't button up one more button on my shirt. It's sweaty here, okay? If I could read, which I believe is either Turkish or Hungarian, I would respond to you, but I cannot, I'm afraid. A lot of Turkish people have been messaging me recently, now that I've been hanging out with Barbara. How old am I? I'm 25 years old, and that makes me actually the youngest master brewer in the United States, allegedly, is what they tell me. Master brewer, by the way, as I've said in a couple of my interviews, it doesn't mean qualification in a lot of sense, right? It's rather the job position. So when you are the lead brewer of your own business, you are considered the master brewer, correct? So let's see. Hannah Loves Dogs asked if me and my brother still hang out. Well, of course, he's my kin. I haven't seen him since I left for China, though. So it's been about 6 months, and I miss him very dearly. He's now shooting season 3 of Riverdale up in Toronto right now. Have I always wanted to be a brewer? Yes, I have always wanted to be a brewer. Well, maybe not always, but from about 16 years old, I've wanted to be a brewer, right? I think that's when I really got into it, and I think it's because a lot of media that I consumed and a lot of books and other kind of entertainment really pedestaled this idea of being a master brewer. I thought it was very cool. Both Doug Brochu and I thought it was very cool. And so in doing so, we just kind of idolized that and wanted to figure out how to do it ourselves. And so from 16 years old onward, that's what I did. I really wanted to try. Let's see, scrolling down. Do I want to build a snowman? You know, I know that you're referencing Frozen. It's not my favorite one. I'm sorry. I like Tangled more. But, so no, I don't want to build a snowman. What's pricing going to be like on the bottles? So our prices are for our show mead. We sell our price at $30 for a 750 milliliter bottle. And then we sell $35 for our oolong tea mead, which has more ingredients, obviously. So the pricing is accommodating for the ingredients. We sell the largest bottle size that we can for mead. Most times people sell mead for $30 in 300 milliliter bottles, but we try to sell double that, right? Honey is an expensive ingredient in general, and we use 100% honey. We use no additives or excess sugars. We don't back sweeten. We don't do anything like that. So we try to make it perfect. And when we open the bar, which is not yet downstairs, we'll sell by the glass for cheaper. Come to Brazil. I have no plans to come to Brazil. I just got back from China for 5 months. I kind of want to spend some time in New York. I do know that we're going to, both my brother, my father, and I are going to Italy, though, very soon. Do you ever think that you'll distribute to liquor stores? Of course. Yes, we're definitely going to distribute to liquor stores. We're going to start locally in New York City, obviously, first. And then we are going to eventually talk to some distributors and see about distributing all over the United States and hopefully Europe as well. What kind of wine are you making? So, I am currently sitting in All Wise Meadery, which is my meadery, which means it is a honey wine brewery. So we make our wine with 100% New York Finger Lakes honey, water, and yeast, and that's it. Those are the only ingredients for our show mead. And sometimes we add herbs and spices and fruits and vegetables, sometimes depending on the actual brew. Rich Campbell asks, if you were a ninja from Naruto, which one would you be? And Barbara and I have talked a lot about this.
Itachi Rich.
I would be Itachi, of course. It's a throw-up between Itachi and Shikamaru for me. It's one of those two. Both rad dads. Let's see. Do you miss China yet? I miss a lot of things from China, right? A lot of cultural isms. I miss eating culture there. I really, really liked Chinese eating culture. I think the idea of single person paying for all of your friends and your meal is better. The food is also delicious, and it's generally a lot cheaper than the United States, which I really like, particularly. Matt Kwan says, what's that?
What's up? Oh.
I'm saying to Rich.
Oh, okay.
Rich is still watching.
No.
Do I miss acting with Cole? Not very much, no. Although I do miss him. I miss Cole, but I don't miss acting with him all that much. Also, you gotta remember, like, twin roles are not generally all that great. Like, if you look into a lot of the industry, twin roles don't usually come about in a way that's not like a stereotype, like, duh, I'm a brother, you're finishing my sentences, like, slap and slap, and they fight each other. It's just dumb most of the time. Let's see. Thank you from Germany, thank you from Italy and Turkey. Do you plan to distribute in Canada? Yes, eventually. I think we have plans to hopefully sell as many places as possible. Canada is obviously our next door neighbor, so we're very close, and we're looking to distribute there. But obviously, with distributing all over the world, it gets tough. There's a lot of different problems that you encounter depending on the country and the given place. So we're looking to sell primarily here in the United States first, and then probably distribute to Europe next through some connections that we have. Do I plan to come to England anytime soon? Potentially. There's one project that I'm pretty excited about that I just did an audition for, and so if that works out, that would mean that, yeah, I go to England very soon. But really, I kind of just want to stay in New York for a while, which, as I said before, comes back to me being here in my brewery in Brooklyn. So I'm going to be here a lot of the time from now on. I'm going to be here rooted in Brooklyn from about 12 p.m. Either Matt Kwan or I, who also works at the meadery with me, are going to be here from 12 p.m. to about 6 p.m. almost every day. So if you guys are around and you're 21, stop in and buy a bottle, or if you're under 21, grab a hat. Cole is in Toronto currently, filming Riverdale Season 3. Thank you for watching Dismissed. I appreciate that. I've never been to Denmark, so I really do want to go there. Yes. And no, I do not watch Riverdale. It's nothing against the show. I don't really watch TV. I play a lot of video games. That's kind of my primary media consumption. Who's the better twin? Well, I mean, I'm not going to argue about that, but...
Magnus.
Matt knows what's up. Magnus is our triplet. Yeah, that's for sure. All right, well, I'm going to take probably like 5 more minutes of questions, and then I'm also doing some questions over on the All Wise Meadery page as well, so you can follow the story there. But after that, I'm probably going to go. Can I have a bottle of wine, please? Come on by the actual Brooklyn shop and grab one. Pick one up. When is the bar open? Our bar, so far, it doesn't have a specific date that we're planning to open. Since our ground floor is open now and our manufacturing is open now, you can still come by and say what's up. But we're looking to actually make a really solid distribution and account plan before we open up our bar, because we want to make sure that we have enough product shipping out the doors so we know how much to save for our bar space. How much time do you think you will be doing this? Asks Teresa Azar. Well, I mean, full time. This is definitely what I want to do as often as possible, right? It's been a long time coming. For those who have been kind of keeping up with me, they know that this has been something I've been working on for years now. And so now that the actual space is built out and we've kind of gotten the real hard part out of the way, I want to be here as often as possible. So, and I just love being in Brooklyn too. What do you think about Russia? So yeah, I was just in Moscow for the soccer finals. And I gotta say, I've never been to Moscow before, but I found the city incredibly beautiful. I was very surprised. I don't know why. I assumed it would be less colorful than it was, but it has so much life to it. It's a very colorful, interesting architecturally, between having the kind of traditional, almost European small streets in the city mixed with the canalways, yet these kind of impending large buildings and nice people. I really was impressed, and I wish I spent more time in Moscow. Could I meet you if I go to Brooklyn? Yes, you can. I'm here pretty much every day now doing this between my other sources of work that I do. What else? Is the honey cruelty free? It's an interesting question. We use Tremblay apiaries honey. The thing is that skinny legend, Yasmin. Yasmin, I lost 30 pounds in China. I didn't even think I had 30 pounds to lose. But between doing a lot of martial arts and eating a lot less, I lost 30 pounds. So back to the actual cruelty-free honey question. It's a very interesting question, right? Because I know that there are a lot of apiaries that try to do something and try to risk stressing out or injuring their bees as often as possible. The truth is that that's a very difficult process to do. As you know, bees can be pretty frail and they're pretty tiny, and a lot of the practices that are used to collect honey naturally end up harming some of them. So fully cruelty-free, I would say probably there's no apiary on Earth really cruelty-free. There's cruelty-mitigated apiaries, and I'm pretty sure that ours is one of those. It's a tough thing to do. But what's important to me is supporting our local apiaries, right? Tremblay apiaries, who we use, is a natural, all natural, kind of raw, family-owned business up in the Finger Lakes. And it's really important to me to use New York honey for our New York mead. Will your bar be mead only, or do you plan to sell other alcohols of your own creation? Bo Blue asks. So actually, we're not going to be mead only. We're going to be mead predominant, right, is what I would say. There's a lot of meads in the tri-state area that we will also sell and around the world, right? Part of our thing at All Wise Bar will be to try and educate people on what it is to drink mead and how it's made, and just really the scene of where it's come from and where it's going now, right? That's very important to us, and it's core to our ideals. That being said, also, we're going to have a full bar, though. So we're going to serve white wine, red wine, spirits, and beers, too, but a limited selection, right? Enough for people who want to taste those things or want to have them as an option. But again, if you're coming to All Wise's bar, it's probably to come and drink mead. Jules Segio says, I've never heard of using honey. That's such a great idea. Hey, look, I agree. I think it is a great idea. I wish I came up with it myself. How'd you choose Brooklyn as the city for your brewery? For a lot of different reasons. Brooklyn is, for me, number one, it's my home right now, which I just love Brooklyn so much. Number two, it's got a very open-minded scene here, right? Consumers in general, and drinking consumers, I think, are open-minded towards drinking something like mead, which is sometimes curious, right? It's a curiosity. So now that it's the fastest growing alcohol in the United States, I think more people are open-minded to it, but I don't think that outside of the major metropolitan areas it would really sell that well. So on top of having great foot traffic here in Brooklyn, right? That's another thing that was really important to me, was having people who could walk up, purchase something, drink here, and not have to worry about driving home, right? Because our transportation systems here are so good in New York City, that was really important to me and kind of fundamental. And finally, it's water quality and just quality of ingredients in general. The other choice for me was naturally my hometown. I love Los Angeles, but there's a lot of reasons why that just wasn't possible, and so I'm glad to do it here. Hey, I just found the art for your animated series coming out. Amazing stuff. I am Bane. Hey, thanks so much, man. It's not coming out just yet. It's still in development, obviously, and we're a little ways away. To give you a rough estimate, I'm done with episode 5 of 9 in total for the first season, right? So it's exclusively written by me. The art is by a good buddy of mine named Rael Lira, and it's going to be fucking awesome. So we're pitching it very soon, and I'm excited to kind of update you guys about that. And finally, let's see, another one about mead to end this. Have you been to Smorgasburg in NYC yet? Of course. I live very close to it. I really like Smorgasburg. It offers a lot of kind of new upstart businesses to try something and experiment and sell their wares, and I think that's amazing. And it's really, really cool tourist area. I know they're expanding soon, and you know, it offers us opportunities to hopefully be selling there sometime soon as well. Still in touch with Guan Xiaotong? Of course. We just finished the movie together, and it was awesome. We just spent 6 months hanging out and filming, so she's amazing. She's really great to work with, and we had a great time. And let's see, one final question about this. Do you sell beer or liquor? And if it's beer, will non-beer likers enjoy it? So eventually, when we open up our bar space, we will sell beer and liquor, but all-wise, the brewery exclusively sells mead, which is a honey wine. And I think that both beer drinkers and wine drinkers and spirit drinkers will like our stuff, but particularly beer drinkers and wine drinkers, because our mead sits very dry, like a dry white wine, and it has notes that are leaning more on a beer spectrum. Like we had the Brooklyn Brewery guys in here yesterday, and they really liked it, right? They liked the product a lot. They're our next door neighbors, a really good group. And I find that a lot of beer drinkers like our mead particularly because it's not fully a wine, it's not fully a beer, right? Mead is its own independent product, has a very distinct palate of taste. So I would say that if you're wondering if you would like it, best way to find out is to just try it. We have an order link on my page and on the Allwise page if you want to have it delivered to you. We don't deliver all over the world, but we deliver in a large part of it. And otherwise, if you're in Brooklyn, please stop by. Again, we are in the William Vale Hotel. Our address is on our Allwise Meadery page. Stop on by. We're here from about 12 p.m. to about 6 p.m. almost every day. And I would love to have you and support you. So thanks, guys. That's all I'm going to do for now, and I'll probably do one of these again sometime soon. So goodbye.